everybody. My name's Darlene and I have Parkinson's. We're going to do something exciting for the month of August, and I'd like you all to join me. We're going to have a challenge, and the rules are pretty simple. We're going to try and save money. We're going to try and use up groceries that we have in our house that maybe are getting older or outdated so that we can refresh everything up. So, in that being said, as long as I can get Bill to be on board with this, that's what we're going to do. As you know, I did a lot of cooking, and I was wasting money on food that I didn't need to be wasting money on because I was giving the food away because I made too much for Bill and I. And when I was organizing my kitchen up the other day, I realized I had an awful lot of stuff I didn't even know I had. So we're going to just try and get some of that used up, and we're going to save money while we do it. Here's the challenge part of it. I think that we're going to set ourselves a budget that is, you know me and my budgeting. I budget everything. I'm going to set the budget lower than I usually spend, and I'm also not going to spend that entire budget. I'm going to try to save 1/3 of that budget. So I looked at the month. So this is what I did. I looked at the month and I said, okay, there's basically 4.5 weeks. There's 31 days. So if I shop on the Mondays, that's be the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd. Those Mondays, I will budget $50. Now, $50 is going to be basically bread, milk, eggs. We're going to be eating what we have in the house. There's not going to be a lot of fresh things. There'll be a little bit, but not a lot. And out of that $50, I will really only try to spend $32 so that I can put the other into the savings jar. And then as well as that, on the 29th, which is the Monday, that's only sort of a half week because it only goes through until Wednesday or so. So I'm going to put $30 for that week. And again, I'll only spend 20 of it and save 10. Now this is the part where I kind of run into a snag. Bill likes to have his soda, and he has no other vice. I can't say no to him having soda. So he already does the caffeine free, the diet, all that stuff. So I said, if I put $50 in the pop fund and we buy a bunch of 2-liter bottles of pop, that will do for the month. So I budgeted $50 for that. And then I budgeted $20 to buy 4 of the big jugs of water as we need it to put onto our cooler. That means this comes to a total of $300 that the budget is going to say that we have available to us. We're going to save 1/3, which is $100. So we are going to do the pop, the water, all the groceries for $200. I hope. I will also put one other caveat out there. They have a fish and chip special, 1 piece of fish and some chips at the building next to ours here, which Bill has been thoroughly enjoying. And I said at first, well, we won't do that for this next month. And when I had to look at disappointment on his face, honestly. I said, all right, I'll put the fish and chips in. It's not bad, actually. The special is only $8 or $9, and it's a huge piece of fish, and it's very good. So we have that, and we have 1 social club left, I think. Maybe not. This is summertime. Maybe we don't. But anyway, if we do, then we'll have that night that we're going to be downstairs as well. So that sort of tells what the challenge is. If anybody wants to join me, you can decide how much you want to spend or save or whatever. But what I'm going to do for each of the Saturdays coming up, I'm going to, after I'm finished here, I'm going to do not a thorough inventory. No, I'm just going to look at my fridge, my freezer, and my pantry. And I'm going to just take sort of a quick inventory of what I have so that I can plan the meals for the following week. And I've got quite a few things that I can dream up with what the ingredients that I have. So I'm going to take a quick inventory each Saturday so that we'll know what I'm doing. From that, I'm going to make a menu, and I'm going to do my best to save money, and I'm really looking forward to using things up that have been in there a while. I've got dried beans and split peas and stuff that make great soups. They're more winter type things than summer, but you know what? For soups at lunchtime, it's nice to have that. So we're going to do that. What else? Oh, I should say the the hard part when you're living in a seniors residence is people die, and it's very difficult. I don't know very many people because I'm not out socializing a lot, but I'd got to know this one lady downstairs, and you sort of have a little bit of common ground when you've lost a little bit of weight. She'd lost a whole lot of weight, and I admired that she did everything that she did. Anyway, she just died one night, and it sort of shocked me, and I feel so bad for her family. But anyway, that's life. I mean, that's what happens. But I also have, you can tell that I'm excited. You can tell that I'm excited, but I'm trying to temper my excitement just a little bit, because we don't have official paperwork. We may have a place to live that we can all live in the same house. This place is so perfect for us, and my granddaughter would be able to live downstairs. It has a weeping willow in the yard. My mom had a weeping willow in the yard. The layout of the house is the same as the layout of the house that I lived in when I lived in Edmonton, and it's the only place that we've looked at that I have just felt completely comfortable with it. When you have Parkinson's, you don't handle change very good. And the idea of changing things around and whatnot, I'm not good with that. And I have a hard time. And you saw when I was just organizing in here, and then I couldn't find where anything was and whatnot. I feel at peace. I really feel at peace with this move. And we want to be there for a long, long time. I really want it to work out. So if you're a praying sort of person, please pray that it works out for us. We should know something in the month of August here, for sure. Like he has said that looks good, and so I'm really hopeful. Anyway, I wanted to let you all know that this is the challenge that we're doing. I hope people will join me with doing this, because it's I think that it's important to rotate your stock. And I was shocked when I was putting things away, what I have. So now I got to get creative on what I'm making with what I have. And I said to Bill, it might be that we run out of, pork and beans, and we just said we want beans on toast. Well, that you have to plan that and say, okay, well, we ran out of the cans of pork and beans, but I've got dried beans. I'll make them up the day before, and the next day we'll have pork and beans. So we can do that, and got lots of flour, so I can always make bread if I need to, and I've got my KitchenAid. I just have to I gotta be careful that I don't overtire myself, because you know what I'm like. I get a bee in my bonnet, and I just go willy-nilly. I have to conserve my strength, because if we do move, I've got to get this all packed up. The kids will do it mostly, but I like to be the controlling mom. Oh, dear me. I'm silly. All right. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I'm just prattling on. I should tell a story. I'm going to tell a little story. This is a story, as most of my stories are, about my parents and my brother and whatnot. But anyway, my mom made some lemon chicken one day, and she did not realize that the bottle of lemon juice that you buy in the store is concentrated. She thought that it was just lemon juice. So she was reading her recipe, and she used the concentrate instead of the fresh lemon juice. And it was inedible. You would bring the fork to your mouth, and your nose and your throat would constrict and whatnot. It was crazy. But Mom was not going to admit that that was not the recipe. That she said that was the recipe exactly, and you all said you liked it when you were at Beth's house, and she made it so lovely, and she was going to eat hers no matter what. The rest of us said, Mom, you can't eat it. You'll make yourself sick. Oh, she was going to be fine. She ate her lemon chicken. You could see that she was suffering getting it down, but she ate all her chicken, and then we all said, we're sorry, Mom. We can't do this, So we washed off of our chicken and put it in a fry pan and fried it up. And it wasn't too bad when we fried it up after we'd washed it all off. But Mom had already consumed all that lemon, and she was paying for it later that night, I tell you. But anyway, so every once in a while when we're going to have Chinese food or something, we'll say, let's not order that lemon chicken. Anyway, on the note of the lemon chicken, I'll see you all tomorrow.